I don't know who I am right now. Some phases in life makes this sentence sound very reasonable. It doesn't sound dramatic, it starts sounding accurate. Not philosophical, not poetic, just descriptive. And I think most people go through this at least a few times. Sometimes after a loss, sometimes after a decision, sometimes after nothing obvious at all. Just a slow internal shift where the version of you that used to feel familiar doesn't quite match what's happening anymore. And in those periods, something interesting happens with reading. You stop reading for information, you stop reading for entertainment, you start reading for orientation. Not direction, orientation. Direction tells you where to go, orientation tells you where you are. And literature, at its best, is very good at the second one. Because identity confusion is rarely about not having answers, it's about losing reference points. The internal markers that used to feel stable stop working properly, and everything starts feeling slightly off scale. In bibliotherapy, this is one of the more common emotional states people don't have language for. Not crisis, not clarity, just somewhere in between. The kind of transitional psychological space, and literature has always been unusually good at holding that space. Because novels, essays, even poetry are full of people who are not fully formed in the beginning, or not fully resolved in the middle, or actively changing shape while the story is still happening. Which is not a flaw in literature, that is accuracy. Real people don't arrive fully coherent either. They become coherent in hindsight. Sometimes, not always. In her seminal feminist essay, A Room of One's Own, Virginia Woolf wrote, "For most of history, Anonymous was a woman." It's often used in a different context, but there's something relevant here about identity not being fixed, not being singular, not being stable across time. Literature is one of the few places where that instability is normal. A character can begin as one version of themselves and end as another without explanation that feels forced. Or they can remain unresolved entirely, which is more realistic than we usually admit. When people say they don't know who they are anymore, what they often mean is that the narrative they used to use to explain themselves has stopped working. The story doesn't fit the present tense anymore, and that can feel disorienting. Because humans rely heavily on internal narrative structure. We use it to organize experience, to make decisions, to interpret emotion. When that structure weakens, everything feels slightly unanchored. And reading becomes interesting in a different way at that point. Not as escape, not as distraction, but as comparison space. You start noticing other forms of becoming, other versions of uncertainty, other people who are also not fully resolved yet. And something about that reduces the pressure to resolve yourself immediately. One of the subtle things bibliotherapy does in identity-related states is remove urgency. It makes becoming feel less like a problem that needs solving and more like a process that is still underway. That shift matters because urgency often distorts identity work. It pushes people to define themselves prematurely, to settle into explanations that feels stabilizing but are not necessarily accurate. Literature resists that. It allows characters to remain in process longer than real life often does. And by doing so, it normalizes the idea that not knowing who you are is not an exception state. It is a transitional state. There's also something practical here. When identity feels unstable, people often struggle with decision making because decisions rely on some sense of continuity. If you don't feel continuous with yourself, even small choices can feel disproportionate. Reading doesn't fix that directly, but it provides a temporary structure where continuity is still visible. You see characters move through time with coherence even while changing. You see internal contradiction without collapse. You see transformation that doesn't require immediate definition, and that becomes a kind of borrowed stability. Not emotional resolution, but cognitive scaffolding, enough structure to think again. There's a tendency in modern discourse to treat identity as something that should be clearly defined at all times. But literature does not support that idea very well. It has always been more interested in process than definition, in becoming rather than being, which is why it remains useful in exactly these moments, when definition stops working and process is all that's left. So if you're in a phase where you don't recognize yourself very well right now, I don't think the goal is to rush towards clarity. I think the goal is to stay readable to yourself in the meantime. And reading helps with that. Writing helps with that. Not by telling you who you are, but by showing you that instability is not unusual and that becoming is not a failure state. It is the normal condition of a human life.